Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and today I am bringing you a 2 vs 2 subscribers battle replay in Total War Attila. This replay was submitted by Max Laser. He is playing with James the Great, and he is playing against two very good opponents. He's actually sent me a couple of replays with his James the Great and the opponents, so I will upload this one and then possibly one other one as well. Now, I've been gone for a couple of days, and you guys might see that my content will dip just a little bit on my channel. I probably will be putting out maybe 3 videos per week for the next month or two, and the reason for that is just because my wife and I had the arrival of our second son yesterday, so he was born safe and sound. But I'm definitely going to need to kind of help out a little more around the house instead of spending time on games the whole time. So I still will be bringing out some replays, probably I'd say about 3 a week, and if I do get any more than that, it will just be a bonus for you. But yeah, not to worry, there still will be some content on my channel, and then once we get into kind of a good schedule or the swing of things, then we'll be back up to speed. Now, let's quickly look over these army cuffs, because the battle has already begun, starting with the Langobards over here. He's bringing 4 units of Germanic archers, and he has a couple units of Germanic spearmen over here, probably just to ward off enemy cav. And then we've got some scaled clubmen, and we got some Godesmen as well, about 4 units looks like. And we've got some noble Germanic horsemen. We've got the general, the redoubtable chieftain over here. And it looks like we got some more cab, more Germanic lancers, and we got some Godens chosen over here. So this is the most elite infantry for the Langobards. And I just love the Germanic lancers. They just look really awesome. And it looks like we got some Germanic lancers moving forwards here, so let's go ahead and pause this real quick and take a look at his opposing force. So we've got the Ostrogoths here, and he has 3 units of Germanic hurlers, or actually, we've got another unit here. Yeah, 4 units of Germanic hurlers. And then he has a nice line of pikes, so he's got some Gothic pikemen here, got some elite Ostro-Gothic pikemen. What else have we got? Some Gothic warband. Germanic Spearmasters. We've got some Oathsworn as well. I think he has 2 units. And we've got some noble Gothic Lancers. I think he's got some Germanic horses over here. Yes, he does. And then we have the general for the Ostrogoths, the Gothic general. So I would imagine it would be this guy here. He is ready for battle. Very nice. And let's look at his... Whoops. Sorry about that. Let's look at his ally. So they are the Visigoths. So we got an Ostrogoth-Visigoth alliance here, which is very nice to see. I don't know how historically accurate that is. I don't think that they were tribes that allied very often, if at all. But he's got pretty much the same kind of setup. So he's got a couple units of Germanic Spearmasters. He's got some Gothic warband here. I really love these guys' shields. They look really, really nice. Not the best infantry, though. But I do tend to bring them a lot just because they're good fodder infantry. And then we got some of these Thracian warriors as well. These guys are very elite. Not as elite as the Oathsworn, but just the next tier under. And then we've got just a Germanic noble here, just a basic general. And then he's got most of his cav over here, so he's got some noble Gothic lancers. It looks like 4 units of them. And he's got 4 units, of Germanic archers in the front. So that's pretty much it. Last but not least, we're looking at the Franks. And they've got some of the Germanic hurlers out in front as well. I think just 4 units, yes. And then for the rest of his army, he's got some sword hairband. And he's got some axe hairband. General is just Germanic nobles. And he has 5 units of the the Anstrutiones cavalry guards. So these guys are very, very expensive. And then he's got some Salian Frankish lancers as well. Looks like 4 units of them. So yeah, without further ado, we can go ahead and start this battle here. We've got this epic, epic line of cavalry. They're just waiting for the call to go into battle. How we look at it? It looks like some of the Germanic hurlers are breaking to the better range of the archers, and the Visigoths are actually moving their infantry forwards already. We've also got some of the cavalry moving up against these skirmishers. I'm not sure if he's going to pull them back or not. It doesn't look like it. He may not be paying attention. Or, yeah, okay, he's pulling them back now. And it looks like they're going to stop chasing them. Of course, the Ostrogoths moving up some of their cav to defend. But it looks like we got an all-out charge over here already. We've got a nice charge from some of the cavalry from the Franks into this unit of Gothic warband, just annihilating them. We got some axes being thrown as well as the infantry move into melee. Oh, wow. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be using fire arrows at this point just because, you know, the morale is probably still pretty high since the battle has just begun. But yes, we have some of this sword here band in against the Germanic spearmasters. These Thracian warriors are moving in to help them out. But we've got some breaking from the Gothic warband in front as well to the Franks. Over here, though, it's looking better for the Visigoths. They're breaking some of the sword here band. And they're actually breaking a lot of the Frankish cav, as you guys can see here. We've got some routing from the Salian Frankish lancers to the might of the noble Gothic lancers. Let's go ahead and put this on slow motion just for now, so we can kind of take a look at all the rest of the battlefield. Yeah, it looks like the Frankish cavalry, you can see that they're basically just wearing leather tunics. Not much armor at all, whereas the noble Germanic warriors, or the lancers, they've got chainmail, so they're probably a much more expensive but higher tier cavalry. Actually, if we hover right over, it should tell us tier 2 versus tier 1. So yeah, we got some light shock cav here, but the medium shock cav are going to beat them in prolonged melee. Can see the Frankish lancers breaking there. He's sending in his Germanic spearmasters, but to be honest, I don't really think that's necessary. I would be trying to plug these gaps over here because the Axe here band have just annihilated the Gothic warband over here. So they are retreating. Let's take a look at the other side of the battle. Looks like the pikes are moving forwards against the scaled clubmen, but they're kind of just staring at each other. Not much is going on at this point. They're still utilizing their skirmishers to the best of their advantages, trying to get rid of all of their ammunition before they charge in. But it looks like, actually, we do have some cav flanking around over on this side. Looks like we're going to have a nice side charge here with some Germanic lancers. We got the noble Germanic horsemen engaged with the spears, but I think the spears are just going to win that anyways. There's not really any sense in moving forwards any more cavalry there. I would be moving this cavalry unit in to get these skirmishers over here. Yeah, we got another 2 units of Germanic lancers over on this side. These spears are trying to zone them out as best as they can, but unfortunately they've committed most of their cavalry already. Did manage to break one of the units of cav, but the Germanic horsemen aren't far behind. And this is not a good situation for the Ostrogoths. They need to actually push these pikes forwards, because as you can see, they're already taking quite a bit of casualties to the archer fire, and they're basically doing nothing. And especially with the elite Ostrogothic pikemen, they are very expensive, and they're just sitting here. They're not really doing anything at all. So if I was the Langobards, I would be focusing these pikemen right now. And look at that, very smartly. He's not even going to engage these pikes with most of his infantry. Looks like some of them are going to get caught, but that might have just been a misclick there. So let's take a look at these poor Franks over here. They're having a little bit of trouble fighting off the rest of the Thracian infantry. But against the Gothic warband, really, there's just no contest. These axe warriors are just going to cleave them in two. There we go. You can already see just slaughtering the remainder of the troops that are fighting as the rest of them flee the battlefield. But we got some Thracian warriors charging in here. That's going to be a good matchup against the AXES. Oh, there you go, throwing them over your shield. That's going to be a good matchup against the AXES because they just have such high attack and melee damage, but really low melee defense and armor from what I can remember anyways. So it's basically these really two heavy hitters just going at each other, but this is where I come for all of my good cinematic executions, these types of units. So yeah, those Thracian warriors are going to cause a bit of problems. We've actually got the two Germanic nobles fighting it out here as well, so general v general. That's kind of a cool thing there. I wish I could pick out the generals, but I wouldn't really know what they looked like offhand. Yeah, how we look in here, not too bad. It's just all of this cavalry that's going to cause, you know, the major problems for the Franks. Just getting in behind all of his men. Most of his cav has been wiped out except for a few units here. But the Visigoths are pretty depleted as well. Aside from their cav, they're really out of infantry, so it's still anybody's game at this point. Starting off with the enemies having about 220 more men, but they're basically within 100 of men of each other. So it is still quite close. Looks like we're actually going to have a charge here into these very depleted spears. They're going to form spear wall. Not sure if he's going to commit to it, but no, looks like he's going to turn away. That's probably a smart decision, but I probably would have just charged into it myself. These Germanic Lancers are crazy, especially, you know, they're steady, but they've sustained casualties, so they probably would have broken. And now they're just getting cut down by archer fire, so yeah, I definitely would have just gone and charged them in. I see what he's doing. He's trying to get them around to get after these hurlers, but I don't know, he probably won't even make it into melee. Yeah, we got another unit of Germanic horsemen blocking the road. So let's take a look here. We got Godin's Chosen over here against some of the Gothic warband. The Godin's Chosen will 100% win this engagement if they don't get outflanked. There we go. We got the Gothic warriors fighting it out. I really love the red shields on these Gothic warband units. That's really nice. Yeah, push them down. Oh, looks like we got some more of the Langobard infantry kind of flanking around here. I think that most of the pikes have been annihilated, at least on this flank. Yeah, now these Gothic pikes are in trouble over here because they're starting to get hit by the side, where they're not as effective. He is moving this unit of scaled clubmen in, but I wouldn't even bother. I would just allow the units on the side to break their morale. You can already see they're shaken. The Gothic pikemen aren't the best. It's mostly the elite Ostro-Gothic pikemen. These are the guys to watch out for. Got a little duel going on here. But yeah, it's been a very close battle on this side, but you can see that most of the Franks has been wiped out at this point. Their general is routing. I think they got a good rear charge with those noble Gothic Lancers.
Our men return to the fight.
And we got some of the Axe band over here trying to chase down the archers. I would just ignore them and try to go after the spears. Yeah, you're going to get shot in the back, but maybe you'll be able to break this unit before you break. But yeah, so it's pretty much down to the Langobards at this point. And yes, look, their archers are about to be charged by this cavalry. They're getting some good hits, though. And an enemy general is dead at this point, so that is excellent. I'm not sure which general that is. I think that's the Gothic general. Yes, it is. You can see the Gothic general over here breaking. Well, he's dead, but his unit is breaking. And that pretty much just sends all of his infantry into a mass rout. The pikes are holding on, but look at that. Gothic pikemen, 40, 50, almost 50 of them left, and they've broken. So that's going to tip it a little further into the Langobards' favor here. The Gothic pikemen are trying to form up some kind of defense, but without their general, you know, they're leaderless, so they're going to be lost as to what they're supposed to do. Oh, yes, those clubmen. Just deadly. And it looks like all the archers have survived the cavalry charges. And we've got some more Ostro-Gothic pikemen over here. Yeah, it looks like actually that the redoubtable chieftain for the Langobards is over here fighting against the Germanic nobles. 19 men left in the unit. Oh, and they're just getting slaughtered. There they go. So I'm not sure if this general is dead yet, or if he will be. But yeah, that pretty much just kind of clinches the victory. Yeah, 1,100 men to 546. A lot of these archers are wavering here. They will break, but I think they do come back just because there is still a little bit of time left on the battlefield. But a pretty close battle. For a minute, well, a couple of minutes there, I definitely had thought when I first watched this that the Visigoth-Ostrogothic alliance had this. But they turned it around. They turned it around. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. So yes, back to reiterate what I said before. So my content will probably be about 3 days a week, I would imagine. I may try to squeak in, you know, a couple episodes from my campaign here and there. So I'm hoping to get more than that, but I'll try to get, you know, bare minimum for you guys 3 days or 3 videos per week. And yeah, I'm going to try to be active a little bit more on my Twitter page as well. So I'm not going to have much time. So when I do come on for a battle or a replay, I'll probably post on Twitter, you know, looking for somebody to play and name the game. And whoever wants to join, that is fine. And I'm also starting to post up, you know, more screenshots from my battles on Facebook and Twitter, so you can check out my pages on Facebook and Twitter as well. So yeah, you can see there's 40 seconds left. It's just because these archers are continually routing and then returning. We can actually just jump into one of these archer units, kind of see what they see. It's a pretty fearsome sight. I would not want to see all of these Langobards charging towards me. And there, they have broken as well. So we take a look at the battle. It's you know, kind of pockets of fighting everywhere. You can see where some of the fighting has been really heavy by the darker patches. But yeah, a good part of 10,000 men are lying dead on this battlefield. That is for sure. But here we go. Here's the victory now. So thank you very much. Max Laser was the one who was playing as the Langobards, and he submitted the replay, so I appreciate that, man. So let's take a look at the army and how they did here. So James the Great as the Franks, most of his infantry doing very solidly. His Germanic hurlers not so much, just because, you know, they didn't really have much time before the melee began. But his cavalry really suffering. The other 2 units of a more expensive cav did well, but these Salian Frankish lancers not so much. And looking at Max Laser, Godin's men doing very well. Godin's Chosen doing excellent, almost 300 kills apiece. That's crazy. Archers doing well and cavalry doing well. And then Little Worm playing as the Ostrogoths did excellent with his general. His cav did pretty good. A couple of his wolf warriors did decent because they're pretty cost effective. But the rest of his army not so much. These really expensive pikes got barely any kills. That's sad to see. And then Sultan Momin of Almo. His spears did good, his wolf warriors did good, Thracian warriors did good, archers did good. He actually did good all around. That's actually insane, 310 kills with Thracian warriors. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content in the future, and I will see you in the next one.